Hey guys, this is Soul Scriptura. We won the die roll, and this is the reason I don't run 4 Fire Blasts in my deck. We can't really keep this one, unfortunately. We're gonna have to mulligan. We'll keep this one, and we will put Rift Bolt on the bottom, I suppose. Fortunately, we've been running into some tough matchups, and we've also drawn kind of poorly as well. From what we've played against so far, this is probably going to be a Chalice on a 1, I guess, which is really unfortunate given our current hand. Yeah, definitely probably our opponent's best possible start against us. Throw out the Eidolon here, and we'll eventually use these for prowess triggers, I suppose. Luckily, our opponent is playing out a bunch of stuff for us to be able to deal damage to them with this Ancient Tomb. I know we're doing a lot of damage to ourselves, but we can kind of afford to do that. And I want to potentially get the most amount of... Oh, nice. That's a really good hit for us. I'm trying to get the most damage out of this Ancient Tomb and Eidolon that we can. And this allows our Swift Spear to potentially get in some more damage coming up here in a second. So this is going to be a endless one. 3. I can swing in here to get 2 more damage for sure out of my Eidolon and out of my Swift Spear, kind of, which would put my opponent dead to tapping Ancient Tomb, but I don't like my opponent knowing that that's what's going to happen. I'd rather them potentially be in a bad... Wow, our opponent's just drawing running lands? Is that what's going on? If this is a Thought-Knot Seer, I'm going to be really sad. It is a Thought-Knot Seer. Oh boy. This is another reason I really don't like Fire Blast in the deck. It's like I'm forced to make these kinds of plays. They just like don't feel good. I think I actually have to Fire Blast the Thought-Knot Seer here. Rift Bolt would be a sweet draw here. That's probably our best possible draw at this point in the game. I'll take another Mountain, honestly. Allows us to have some better draws. Huh, another Thought-Knot Seer? Okay. Must be nice. Okay. I do think I need to block at this point. Yeah, probably so. It's weird because, like, if I draw a Lightning Bolt or something like that, I'll want to be able to block the Thought-Knot Seer. But I think at this point we probably need to take the trade here. because this Eidolon's eventually going to start hurting us, but I guess we're not like really casting any 1-drops. we can technically get in 1 extra damage, and then our opponent probably blocks the Eidolon with Thought Knot Seer, which would put him to 1. I just don't know how much damage this Eidolon is preventing right now, you know? Like, he's got the mana, and most of his cards are going to be big enough anyways, so... This is cutting him off of maybe Mimic. And... Jit. Kind of. Half of my gut says block this, the other half says take it. I'm gonna have to listen to the take it side. So it attacks with both creatures. It just attacks with... Well, yeah, obviously it's not going to attack with both. I think we're still supposed to take this damage. Yep, that Fire Blast is really hurting us. Well, the good news is, Price of Progress kills him now, because he played out that land. For block with the Swift Spear versus blocking with Eidolon, he would play out the Mimics he might have in his hand. He obviously has some other stuff going on in his hand. We're probably just dead to Mishra's Factory attacking next turn anyways, so it doesn't really matter what we block with here, actually. We actually, at this point, just need exactly Price of Progress off the top of our deck to win. Right. Yeah, so... if we want to go like that, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna just have to do that. Price of Progress? No. Okay. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, because we'll take 2 from Eidolon, then we'll take 2 from that, so we're essentially at 6, and he's got way more than enough damage. Let's see if we get Price of Progress here. Nope. Okay. Right. We'll run E-Bridge, Smash, and Exquisite Firecraft. We're gonna cut the Vortexes, at least a few of them. We'll cut the spikes. I might cut the creatures when I'm going second from now on as well. Yeah, so far these 4 Fire Blasts have been terrible. I feel like we've just always had one when we didn't want one necessarily, rather than like finding it right when we needed it, which is what 3 has usually felt like it did for me. Obviously, like I'm seeing it through like a biased lens right now, right? Because I'm trying out 4, and I don't like the card as much as everyone else does, but it has hurt us in a lot of spots, especially that last game. It was pretty bad having Fire Blast there. I mean, obviously it's we would still potentially have it there a lot of the time anyways, running 3 copies, but that is an example of an instance of where I really don't like Fire Blast. That sounds fine. I'm kind of just tired of playing anyways, so we'll just keep this. I'm gonna run out Chain Lightning first to play around Chalice. Hopefully our opponent mulligans a little bit. Yeah, he also begins with 7 in hand, so that might just be all she wrote. Again, when your opponent knows they're playing against Burn and they keep their 7, you're probably in a pretty bad spot, because it means they are either a bad player, which is what you can hope for, or they just have a hand that's pretty good. I guess Once Upon a Time is kind of like Ataxian Probe, though, where like you think you have a good hand, and then you might just not. But obviously, seeing 5 cards is a little bit better than seeing 1 card. So we'll see. There's a Mimic. Okay, so yeah, we're just dead, unfortunately. They're probably going to be able to race us pretty easily here. We're going to have to find a price or something like that to... yeah, okay. That's cool. If we find a... not that, worst possible draw. I was going to say, if we find a Ensnaring Bridge, that would be probably a way out of this situation. So he's going to play the Matter Reshaper next turn. This is going to become a 3/2. Can block that and get 2 damage on my Eidolon at least. Yeah, sure. Or at least save 2. I mean, hopefully he plays out the Matter Reshaper before combat, which would be kind of silly on his part, but he might do it. Yeah, okay, deal. I mean, take 2 damage. I'm going to have to block here anyways. Doesn't make sense to play that out. Let's shoot that. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have a Reality Smasher next turn, because that would kill us, right? Yeah, Reality Smasher kills us. So any burn spell off the top of our deck should just put our opponent dead in the water. Let's undo. Bolt them. Yeah, never lucky. Alright. That wouldn't have worked either. That wouldn't have worked either. Alright. That's how that goes sometimes, guys. Sorry about that. Just kind of running unlucky this league, but I mean, it happens. You know, we're going to get it eventually. We've run pretty hot in past leagues. Can't really complain about variance too much when it serves you sometimes and when it doesn't the other times. Hopefully you guys are at least enjoying some of these games, at least seeing some of the lines and like seeing what we would have. Like, we're putting ourselves in spots to get lucky is kind of the idea. Of to say like, well, you know, let's flip a coin at this point in the game. Heads we win because we draw a burn spell, tails we lose because we draw a land or like a not burn spell. And unfortunately, as far as this league has gone, we've just flipped tails a lot rather than heads, so I hope heads was the good one. I don't remember exactly what I said, but let's go ahead and play out this last game, see if we can do anything about that.